Hi, I'm Ken Reeves, Dean of the Georgia Highlands College Douglasville Instructional Site, and you are now watching .edu.
Welcome to .edu. I'm Steve Jones. Today we're joined by Ken Reeves of Georgia Highlands College. Ken, it's been a great run, you guys, ever since you've opened the door just a couple of years ago. Tell us about where you are this year.
Well, right now we're at 500 students, which is a milestone for us being in the Stewart Parkway location for 2 years. So we are really excited about what's going on at Georgia Highlands College in here in Douglasville.
You guys have really done a great job since you opened the doors. Went from basically an empty space and turned it into a college, and now really successful. It's really great. You have a lot of dual enrollment people with Douglas County. Tell us how that program is working for you.
All right, Excel or dual enrollment program is a really good program where a student, high school student, can come to the college and take college courses as well as being a high school student. They get college credit if they pass the courses. So it's a really great program. We started out at Chapel Hill High School, probably about 6 students when we were at Chapel Hill High School in the trailers. And went to 18 last year, and now we're up to 40. So we're seeing really tremendous growth in that area. It's a wonderful program. If the students qualify, if their grades are great, and they score well in the SAT or SATs, then they can come in have courses there and like I said, get college credit for it as well as getting high school credit. So it's a really wonderful program for our high school students.
Tell me how that works. How if someone's going to, for example, Douglas County High School and they wanted to go to Highlands as well, how would they put that into motion?
Well, the first thing they need to do is see their counselor, and she can get in contact with our people, and they can start the process. They would have to go through Georgia College 411 and get the application process going. They have to score 500 on the SAT in the reading part and 500 in math, 22 in the ACT. And once they get all those requirements out the way, apply for the program, then they'll be able to come to the college and take the college courses.
So they're actually earning college credit while still in high school. What kind of courses do you guys offer in that program?
Most of them take some of the beginning core courses, English 1101, 1102. Sometimes they can take a psychology course if that's available for them, political science. Those are ones that generally the students come over there and take. Some of them come. We had some students at Harvester that came and took something. They took about 4 or 5 courses over there. So when you think about that, you got 12 to 15 hours of college credit even before you go to college. So that's a really good deal.
Yeah, that's like having a whole semester or more done.
Absolutely.
When you walk in the door. That's excellent.
Absolutely.
Who would they contact over to talk to you about that at Highlands?
Our recruiter, Julia Array, is the person they should contact, and they can just call our main number, 678-872-4200, and ask for Julia Array, and she'll be able to help them out.
Yeah, Julia's great. You guys are real involved with the community. You have a lot of things going on. You're members of the Chamber of Commerce. In fact, you have a coffee cart exchange you guys host every year. Tell me about that.
Well, this community has really embraced us, and I think one of the ways that we can give back is to be a part of the community. And we have a coffee cart exchange next week on the 6th, and we want to invite anybody who wants to come out to come and join us. And it's just showing our appreciation for how the county and the city has embraced the college and made us feel really welcome here.
It's a chance for you guys to show off your campus too, and get to know some of your staff as well. Chamber of Commerce is it's great. We work really closely with them, and I know you guys have been big partners with the Chamber ever since you got here, and I know they appreciate that.
Oh yeah.
You're also involved with some of our local politicians. State Representative Bill Hembry is going to be coming to your campus very soon. Tell us about that.
Well, that's one thing we're really looking forward to. He'll be there on September 17th to speak to one of our political science courses. And we're really excited about that. He's another person who's been really supportive of the college, and we're very excited that he's come out and speak to our political science class. It's going to be open to any students that want to come, and if anybody in the public wants to come and hear Representative Bill Hembry speak, then they're open to come out there and talk to them and see him, and maybe to get a chance to talk to him afterwards.
Yeah, it's great to have a chance to meet one-on-one with one of our state representatives like that. Of course, Mr. Hembry is real open and available to anybody, but it's great he's going to come out and talk to the college students and can get them involved in the political process a little bit. Your political science class, and that's you offer just one of those here locally, or?
We have 3 sections. They call them sections right now that we have, and pretty sure all those students will be offered to come. It really depends on what day the class is on. This class is going to be on Monday, Wednesday, so he's coming to speak to that class. But in the history students are involved. They can come in listen in on the session as well. So it's open to all the students, those who want to come. The political science, or they would have to be there for college credit. Sometimes the teachers give them extra credit for coming to events like that. But if anybody in the public wants to come, they're more than welcome to come out as well.
With college, of course, there's always the academic aspect of it. That's number one. But there's always the social aspect of college. Tell us about some of the things you guys have going on for your students.
Well, today, actually, we had an event scheduled called Alcohol Awareness Event. It's in conjunction with the Douglas County Sheriff Office and MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving. And also a couple of our clubs there, Science and Math Club and the Office of Student Life. They all came together to have this event. We think the weather's not going to allow it to happen today, so we'll have to reschedule that later on. But I think it's going to be a great event. They're going to have pizza and prizes out there that day. The sheriff's office will bring this thing called a drunk driving event thing, where you put on the goggles and go out there and stimulate drunk driving. So I think it'll be something that's really educational for the students and fun at the same time, and just to let them know the seriousness of making those type of adult decisions, drinking and driving, how serious something like that and the consequences can be.
I've done the drunk driving goggles. It's very difficult. I imagine you combine that with the skid car and you can have a party. Yeah, that would be fun. I know your fall semester is now underway.
Right.
You have students that are reporting and going to class, but it's not too early to start thinking about the spring semester and getting your ducks in a row financially and start talking with your counselors. Tell us a little bit about the admissions process to Georgia Highlands and what dates we're looking at for spring.
We haven't set the official dates for having all your information turned in, but if anybody wants to come to school for spring, really now is the time to go ahead and get their application in place, which is $20 application fee, so it's not expensive at all. To get their financial information, go ahead and get that started with the FAFSA, which is a federal document. They need to go ahead and get that filled out as soon as possible. So that's just two of the things they really need to go ahead and do right now. They can contact our enrollment management specialist. Her name is Katrina Werner. They can contact her at the college and she'll walk them through the whole process. Now, one thing that has changed this year for Georgia Highlands is that traditionally we've had a compass test, and the compass test is basically a test, a standardized test, and it used to be used as a placement test. So a person tested in a certain area, it would say whether they had to take learning support in reading, math, or English. Well, the things have changed this year now that if a person tests in 3 of those areas, then they're inadmissible to the college, or if they test below the minimums in one of those areas, they're inadmissible to the college. So it's really, really important that they do well on the compass test so they can come and be admitted to the college.
Are there any preparatory classes they can take or anything they can do to help themselves before they take the compass test?
There are. On our website, our learning support website, there's a bunch of free resources on there as well. Some things they can pay for if they want to. Compass is part of the ACT, so they go to the ACT website, they'll be able to get some information on that as well. So we do encourage them to go ahead and prepare themselves first before they take the compass test, because it has so much weight now.
Is the spring semester, enrollment-wise, is it heavier or lighter, or is it about the same as your fall semester?
Traditionally, in most colleges, the spring semester will be a little bit lighter. Some students are leaving, some students are dropping out, and things of that nature. But for us here in Douglasville, we've seen increases in our spring enrollment. And I'm not sure if that'll happen this year. We reached 500 students, and hopefully we'll retain most of those students, and we'll have some that'll come in for spring semester. But traditionally in colleges, you usually have a few more students during the spring semester. I'm
a student. I've done my 2 years at Highlands, and I'm done here. What can I now do with that? Do they leave with an associate's degree? I now have a state associate's degree. What can I do with it?
Well, I think it's according to what they get their degree in. If it's in one of our career programs dealing with hygiene and nursing, they'll be able to go right into the workforce. But the vast majority of our students, they come, they get their associate's degree, and they'll go to West Georgia, University of West Georgia, Georgia State, University of Georgia. And that's really a great way for them to go into those programs if they can't, for whatever reason, get into those schools right out of high school. It's a really great and inexpensive way to get into the University system of Georgia.
Which was the whole idea behind the 2-year schools originally, to get people set up to go to the higher learning schools. The nursing program, let's talk about that for a second, because that's a field that's in demand. It's going to be in demand for a long time, and I know it's pretty competitive. Tell me about your program. How hard is it for a student to get involved in your nursing program?
The nursing program is very, very competitive. The requirements to get into the program are very stringent. The minimum requirements that a student would have to have is a 2.5 GPA once they pass all the core courses, and scoring like an 880 on the SAT. But I tell students all the time, you have to remember, those are minimums. You're competing against folks who scoring very, very well on the SAT and 3.5, 3.6 GPAs. So don't come in thinking that if you're going to score a 2.5 GPA that you're going to be accepted to the program. That's really not true. But it's very, very competitive. And the other thing that we have going on, we started in 2013. We'll be transitioning from not only offering associates in nursing, but offering a BSN in nursing as well. So that's one of the ways that we're transitioning to get some more bachelor trained nurses.
Wow. So you're going to offer the full 4-year program for nursing?
Georgia Highlands will offer the full 4-year program. Now, it won't be here. Most of that will be in Rome, Georgia, but we will, as a college, be offering a BSN in nursing.
Well, that's great. I know the competitiveness to get in, like to West Georgia, is tough. A friend of mine just completed that program. She said it took her like even 2 years to even get into the program. Right. So they're very tough on getting students in. So I guess, especially if you're local, you can't be able to go to Georgia Highlands and get those first 2 years under your belt. Right. And you're graduating with an associate, so would that equate to like an LPN type?
I'll be an RN.
Okay.
Be an RN.
After the 2-year program, you'd be an RN?
After the 2-year program, then you go into the for a BSN.
That's great. That's great. So if a student wants to get involved with nursing, definitely a local opportunity for them would be Georgia Highlands College. You can go right in and get your 2-year degree and transfer that to a 4-year program.
Right.
If I am a student, an adult or a traditional post-high school student, and want to go to Highlands College, but I don't know where you're located, tell me where we can find you.
Sure. 5901 Stewart Parkway. Used to be the old Cubs Foods grocery store, I think, which was abandoned for about 10 years from what I understand. So we're there. If you come over there, you'll see the parking lot is full. And just come on in, meet with our folks. Our folks are very accommodating, and they'll help you any way they can to make sure that you have the right information to get started at the college.
Once again, give us the phone numbers.
The main phone number is 678-872-4200, and that's the main number. And if you just ask for any of the folks over there, myself, Ken Reeves, Julia Ray, who's our recruiter, Katrina Verner, who's our enrollment management specialist, any of those folks will be more than willing to help.
Well, there you have it. Thanks, Ken.
Appreciate it, Steve. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for joining us on .edu. We want to thank Ken Reeves for joining us, and we'll see you next time on .edu.